welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share and subscribe and all of those things. So of course we are looking at Marvel Supervillains The Hood. Now the Hood, for those of you that don't know, is a bizarre character that we first saw in 2002. The guy's name is Parker Robbins, and essentially he's a villain, a small town crook that defeated a demon and stole his hood and boots. This gave Parker superpowers and the ability to fire demonic energy bullets from his guns. So let's have a look at this Marvel Legends figure. Now if I take the guns off, we'll have a look at those in a little bit, and I'll take the hood off for the time being as well. So this is Parker Robbins. Now obviously it is just a standard civilian figure with obviously a new head sculpt, but it's essentially the Peter Parker body with shoes as opposed to trainers. So let's have a little closer look at this head sculpt. Now it's a screaming head sculpt, and it's been used for various different memes and figure photography, just because it's like the angry Legends collector, as some of them have dubbed it. But it's very fitting to the character. He obviously shouts and screams a lot as well. Now Parker rose up in the New York City criminal underworld and eventually became a leader of his own crime syndicate as well. So this is a really cool figure to have, in my opinion. Yes, it's a bit basic in regards to it just being a standard civilian, but of course we have this screaming head sculpt and we have the addition of the cool cloak. Now if I just pull in the Peter Parker body, you can see it's pretty much exactly the same, just in different colours. But it does what it needs to. Parker Robbins is obviously just a civilian with the addition of the cloak. Now obviously his boots aren't any different, but then in later comics he did lose the boots, like not need them as much. So I understand why they didn't mould new boots. I quite like him. I like these colours. I'm not too sure on the green trousers, but articulation wise it's got as much articulation as any of our civilian figures. So let's take a little closer look at the hood. It's a really nicely made cloak and hood. I'm kind of glad they didn't just reuse a Doctor Strange. They have, by the looks of it, cast a brand new piece. Now obviously the hood is a huge part of this character's persona, so obviously to have a hood and a cloak is essential. The only problem I found is that when you do stand him in a standard pose, you put him down and the hood pops up. So you have got to kind of position it a little bit further back, or maybe heat it up and mould it a little bit so that it sits a little bit more flush. Because annoyingly this whole head popping out of the hood thing doesn't work for me, doesn't work for posing, and doesn't work for the characters. If I open up the legs and I push the cloak back a little bit, you can see then it works. Now here's his guns. The guns are just your standard pistols that we've seen with various other Marvel Legends like Deadpool, and these are the demonic energy bullets coming out of the end. Now they do look a little bit odd, but for the sake of the character they work. I quite like them. They're a newly cast effect piece that just sit over the end of the pistol. So if we put him in just kind of a standard shooting upwards kind of pose, you can kind of get a feel for what they look like. Oh, see, there's the hood gone again. Now this is obviously one of the newer characters that we've seen in this wave, considering he only debuted in 2002, but it's nearly 20 years that he has been in Marvel Comics, so about time that we had a figure of him. I for one, I'm really pleased that we've got him. I think that it's going to make for some awesome posing and obviously get some of the other bad guys in his syndicate behind him. It's just a fun character. It's another civilian body if you're into your customs, but it's just a fun character. I like the energy effects, the demon bullets that come off the end of the guns. I like the cloak, the hood. Yeah, all in all, it's just fun, and I don't really have anything bad. I've not got anything massively positive to say about him, but I've not got anything bad either. If you obviously don't like the head sculpt, swap it out for something else. I've just picked this one up. This is the Peter Parker, like the damaged Peter Parker from the Craven 2-pack. And you can put any of the heads underneath the hood there to get the same kind of look. If you want more of a calm look, then obviously you can go for something like this. Probably won't use this head just because it's obviously Peter Parker, and I use this head on one of the Black Suit Spider-Man in my display. But you can, because it's a standard civilian body, you can obviously swap the head around for various other ones. So I'm just going to pop back on the screaming head. But yeah, I really like him. He's not my favourite in the wave, but he's not my least favourite. Actually, I don't think I have any in the wave that I particularly dislike. But yeah, for a relatively unknown character for a lot of fans, he's a lot of fun. Yeah. So obviously if you are enjoying the channel and the reviews, please do like, share and subscribe. All and any support to the channel is very much appreciated. But as for Marvel's The Hood, yeah, I like him. Happy.